other than Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley, who joins us now live. Always good to see you.
Great to see you, Mark.
Happy Monday. Let's start with the arcade. Now, you know, fingers crossed. We've been down this road, you and I and everybody else, for years, but these latest renderings look awesome. I mean, how confident are you this will become reality?
Well, we'll know soon in the next few weeks. There's a big decision that comes from the state on our application to put what we call artist housing at the 4th and Ludlow building, and that would really get it to start. So we'll know that. You can see some of these renderings now. We'll know that in late June. If that goes, then we've crossed another hurdle for the next effort for what the developers are talking about, making sure that they have office space, retail space, and housing. This is a true mixed-use development, and you know, we're taking it one step at a time. I think that's what's really important about this and this conversation. But so far, so good.
Yeah, I mean, architecturally, it's one of the most striking buildings in Southwest Ohio. This is the rotunda, of course, inside. What they hope to do with it, if they can pull this off, it would be awesome for all of us.
Absolutely, and you know, I mean, it is the most emotional building in the region, I would say, and you know, people have very big ties to this building and history with it, and have stories. Every family has a story if they're a Daytonian about it. You know, so we're really grateful that we have both a local developer in Miller Valentine and a national developer out of Baltimore and Cross Street working together and truly partnering in this effort. I think this is the best look we've had at the arcade in a long time.
It'd be nice if it has a new life. Secondly, the city-county merger appears dead at this point. There was a meeting on it tonight. Bring us up to date.
Right, so the ministers have been organizing these meetings just to communicate with the community about what is going on. Once the group, Dayton Together, withdrew their position, the ministers still wanted to have a discussion about what happened and why it happened, and so we'll be having that actually in Trotwood tonight at St. Benedictine Moore Church at 7 o'clock, and I'll be speaking there.
So it's clearly dead short term. Is it dead long term, do you think?
Well, look, we're always interested in ways that we can work regionally with our partners, but I think we have to be respectful of people's identity and their communities. And, you know, just as in the city of Dayton, people are very passionate about which neighborhood they live in, certainly people in Kettering are passionate about living in Kettering and Huber Heights, etc., so we want to be respectful of that at the same time.
I hate to finish on a downer, but the story came out last week. We reported here, and it was reported widely, that sadly Dayton is ranked #1 in the nation for heroin overdoses. Certainly not a list you even want to be on, let alone #1. But you were pointing out earlier, it's not just Dayton in Ohio. No,
so of the top 25 cities that are on this list that you don't want to be on, 5 of the cities are from Ohio. Montgomery County and Dayton do have a specific heightened issue, I think a lot to do with us being in the southern part of the state and also our proximity to 70-75 to make the trafficking much easier, and the cost of heroin being really, really inexpensive in this region. I think that's what's really pushing the limits for us. This is a really serious issue for us. It's the reason why I'm on the National Task Force with the National Association of Counties and National League of Cities, constantly looking for ways that we can have best practices to really work with this really crippling addiction. All of our police officers and firefighters carry Narcan because you certainly can't help an addict if they're not alive. We want to keep people alive, but more than anything, we want to see them take the step to seek treatment. And so we're working, partnering with the county and with the court system to figure out a way so the minute that the person that's addicted says that they want help, that they can get that minute.
It's a tough fight, but a very important fight, and we wish you well.
Thank you. And the last thing I just encourage, Mark, is, you know, this has affected a lot of people's families across the county, across the state, and the country. It's important for people to talk about what's happening in their family, to take away the stigma, because I think people look at it as a character issue, and it's really a chemical issue with people's brains. So we want people to be open and talk about this issue in their community and their families.
Very good point to end on. Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley, always great to see you.
Great to see you, Mark.
Thanks for joining us on 5 on 2. All right, Katie.
Still to come here on 5 on 2. A man breaks into a Trotwood cafe, and now police say the business